only shovel-ready project in America. But I've got just a couple of thoughts I want to leave you with. And I hark back to how I got involved in this Lash Up, and I can remember Joe Albaugh talking to me. This was early 2000. We were busily campaigning away, and he came to my office and he said, you know, would you agree to be considered as a potential vice president? And I said, absolutely not. No way. That's a terrible job. And Joe went away. And a little while later, I got a phone call from the then governor. He said, would you help me with a search, run a search process to find the vice president? And I said, sure, I could do that. We'll go find somebody, and I'm off the hook. And so we ran the search. After a couple of months, we ended up down at the ranch in the old house, and where you and I spent the morning reviewing all the candidates, and then Laura fixed us a nice lunch. The three of us sat there and had lunch. And then the president took me out on the back porch. It was a typical Texas day, 106 degrees in the shade in July. And we got on the back porch. I couldn't quite figure out why we went to the back porch. But then he looked me in the eye and he said, you know, Dick, you're the solution to my problem. And right then I knew I was a failure as a recruiter. Anyway, I signed on. And it's been a most remarkable adventure. I will always be enormously grateful, as I know everybody here today is, for the tremendous opportunities you gave us to be part of one of the most consequential administrations in our history. We went through a lot together. As always, in every administration, there's a surprise, and ours was called 9/11. But I will always be proud of having been working for you and with you and watching you make all those tough decisions that kept America safe for the next 7.5 years. And that was enormously important. And I know you feel the same way about it that I do. So it's my honor today to introduce to the Alumni Society the folks that you gave an opportunity to that we'll never forget, that shaped our lives. The 43rd President of the United States, George Bush.
Thank you. So I haven't done this in a while. Yeah. Thankfully, all three fingers showed up. Anyway, so the grandmother and I are thrilled you're here. What do you call you, Grandma? I call her Laura. Anyway, we can't thank you enough for being here. It's an awesome day. Really an awesome day. So, what the vice president forgot to tell you was the interim. So I went to our staff, I said, I found the right guy to be vice president. Dick Cheney. And Karl Rove said, bad choice. Wasn't the only time he was wrong. I'm really proud to have served with Dick. He's an awesome vice president, a great man. Great man. It's a little emotional to be up on the stage today. I'm kind of a contagious crier. And I looked out there, people were crying. For a minute, I thought my speech was going on too long. Then I realized it were tears of joy. And I am a grateful, thankful person. I really am. I mean, when I said we put together an awesome administration of great people, I really meant it. I mean, I can't tell you how wonderful it is to see you all. And I don't miss Washington. Yeah. I know, well, you got me, but I don't miss it. You know, I really don't. 8 years is ample. I mean, been in fame and power. I had all I want. And now all I want to do is to be a contributor here in my home of the great state of Texas. But I do miss a couple of things. One, I miss saluting those who volunteer to wear our uniform. I mean, it's an unimaginable honor to be the commander-in-chief. I mean, think about our nation. Think about our nation that after 9/11, millions volunteered and said, you know, I'll do what it takes. It's a remarkable country. I miss seeing the acts of compassion that take place on a daily basis. These aren't acts of compassion because of government edict. These are acts of compassion because the hearts of our citizens are huge. And I miss you all. I miss my pals. I mean, I really do. I miss going to the Oval Office and, you know, seeing Josh Bolton or Andy Card or Condi or Hadley. You know, I miss being with people that, with a friendship forged in steel. I miss even some of you all. I see some of the White House ushers here, you know. Yeah. And the White House staff. I miss being pampered. I mean, Dick said Laura made a nice sandwich. It's the last sandwich she made. She's damn good on peanut butter and jelly, too. But I miss being pampered. I mean, it's unbelievable to live in the White House. And, you know, I see Buddy, George, Vaughn, Bernard, a lot of people here that, you know, became a part of our family. I mean, nothing better than waking up and getting homemade ice cream when you want it. I had to stop at a few stoplights coming over. I miss, I miss continuous traffic. Huh? Yeah, I miss that too, Air Force One. Or how about 24/7 health care? I see Cindy, the nurse here. I miss universal health care. But beyond that, I'm glad to be home, and this is a fantastic reunion. It really is. I hope you're having as much fun as we are. You know, I'm kind of a blowhard in private, but not in public, but I'll be a blowhard in public now. So you go through the museum, and I hope you're as struck as I was by how lasting some of the decisions that we made will be on our country. I mean, you really think about it. No Child Left Behind, raised standards, challenged the soft bigotry of low expectations, prescription drug benefit for seniors, altered Medicare, introduced market forces, gave seniors a chance to live a quality life. 20 million people now live in, or 50 million people now live in freedom that otherwise would be held in the bondage of tyranny. I mean, we didn't go to Washington and play small ball. We came to play Major League Baseball. And you know what you realize when you're the president? You can't do it alone. And all of you worked hard. You know, people don't realize the effort that goes into working around the White House. I mean, there's long hours and steady diet of problems. But all done with a smile on his face. I'm often asked, you know, what do you look for when you put a team together? Well, first of all, I look for people that would serve something other than their own self-interests or a political party. I wanted people who serve the nation first and foremost. You know, everybody loves to be told they're beautiful, but I didn't want people around who said, hey man, you're beautiful. I wanted guys like Cheney who said, here's my point of view. So I could select the best decision. I wanted people who could laugh. I mean, it's hard for people to understand, and I hope you remember that the White House was a joyous place. I mean, if you can laugh, it's the kind of person I like to be around, because you don't take yourself so seriously. And so it was a lighthearted environment at times and a heavy-duty set of responsibilities. Anyway, I do miss it. I miss you all. I miss the team. I miss the culture that we set up in the Bush-Cheney administration. I thank you for staying involved, because when history eventually sorts it all out, I'm confident our administration will stand tall in the pantheon of presidential decision making, and you ought to take great pride in your work. The problem, of course, is that when history finally sorts it out, Cheney and I aren't going to be around to see it. Finally, I got a precocious nature to me. That's why I painted myself in a bathtub. Anyway, knees down. So I don't know if you know this, but there's like 250 million emails stored over here in this building. Yeah. Not one of them mine. A lot of them yours. I can't wait to read them. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. Unredacted, I might add. So if you get a call from me, talking about that little email you sent, you know, just remember it's with a smile on my face. Thanks for being here. We're going to have a wonderful evening. God bless you all.